In Tangipahoa Parish, Coy and Katie Corkin are pulling up to do their farm chores. The couple raise cattle here near Amite, and like most farmers in their area, they had trouble with this season's drought and heat, selling off most of their herd this summer.
The drought, it made it to where the grass, was completely done, and we had to buy more feed to feed our cattle. Water was an issue, like watering the cows, as well as growing crops that we normally would. So it's been a real burden, not only on us, but for everybody in the community.
Both Coy and Katie have off-farm jobs. He's a state trooper, while she is the executive director of the Louisiana Rural Mental Health Alliance. Katie says while the jobs provide them with financial stability, many in rural Louisiana are dependent upon a single source of income. She says on-farm stress has taken its toll this year as a result.
In town at the local sale barn, there was trucks with trailers of cows for miles because people were having to sell off their cows. And that was truly impactful and devastating because this is a way of life for people out here. And that really hit home, and it was really sad.
Katie knows all too well how difficult it can be to talk about mental health issues. She says her personal struggles have helped to give her insight into what people go through.
Having depression and anxiety, I never knew that that's what that was until, I was diagnosed, because you often don't realize what these feelings are and why they are persisting. And so here on the farm life, worrying about the weather, worrying about financial stressors and the debt load that farmers and ranchers often face, that's a heavy mental load that many people don't give significance to.
That's why she spends her time in Baton Rouge advocating for better policies and laws related to mental health.
One of the biggest issues that we're working on is for Medicaid patients. They have up to 7 options for a Medicaid plan, and providers don't want to have to deal with 7 different plans because they each have their own rules and policies, and so that's an extreme burden that most small providers in rural areas, they can't take on that load, which means they can't see more patients, and the same obviously goes with private insured as well.
Winter can be a tough time for those struggling with mental health, even without disasters. Katie says the most important thing people can do is reach out and connect with others.
I do believe that the stigma is lifting around mental illness and mental health issues because people are starting to talk about it. I know I talk about my issues with depression and anxiety because I want others to know you're not alone. Like, even though I might smile and look like a person that doesn't have something, you never know what somebody's experiencing on the inside. And so the more we talk about it and the more we tell our stories, that gives people the chance to tell their story and to know that they're not alone.
If you or anyone you know is experiencing a mental health crisis, dial 988. Even if you think it's not serious, there are people willing to talk. We'll also have a link to our website, to the Louisiana Rural Mental Health Alliance, on our website at twilatv.org. And Avery, I know this is not something we bring up very often on this show, but we are going to post an extra on our website about Katie giving some tips about what to look for in yourself and others as far as when people are experiencing mental health difficulties. And one of the things she talked about was actually asking people, are you thinking about hurting yourself? Are you thinking about committing suicide? And that's been a taboo thing, I know, growing up and in many areas, but that's fortunately changing and some of the stigma is being removed from it.
And I know with this being a difficult year for our farmers and ranchers with the drought and everything, this is definitely necessary information. And the Louisiana Farm Bureau and American Farm Bureau have mental health pages on their website, so you want to check that out. Thank you very much, Neil Melancon. Still to come on TWILA, holiday cooking is a family affair, and Kristen Oaks White brings in family to share a few holiday recipes. Feasting on Agriculture is next. Stay with us.